All right, so after all the work that we were able to put in, from Chelsea and I and the boys going to face the bulls, from Elias and I flying, 1,000 miles to Tennessee, now we've actually got to make the offer for the barn to see if all this work that we put into it is going to pay out and if we'll be able to dismantle this barn. So I'm about to call the barn owner right now, make our final offer. We'll see if he says yes or no. All right, so we are at the barn that we are potentially going to, that we are going to pitch to our Tennessee buyers. And what we want to pitch to them is that this barn can be dismantled in such a way that it's rebuilt. We're really excited about it. We've got to get some information. Chelsea's here with me. We've got to get the board foot tally. We've got to get the dimensions of the barn, and we have to look for any spots that may be damaged or rotten that wouldn't be able to be rebuilt and put up. So we've got quite the task ahead of us, and on top of all that, there are two very angry, mean bulls that don't want us to cross this valley to the barn. So we're gonna have to get across there safely. So I just saw it in daylight. A couple bummers about it. The plates are sawn pine from the looks of it. And then the top of the vents that go all the way across the barn are also sawn pine. I'm gonna call you back after we're done touring the barn. Kind of time is of the essence right now. Your bulls just went down to the valley, so I'm gonna get Chelsea across. This is the nicest barn, I would say, that Elias and I have ever come across. You've got beautiful 10 by 10 hand-hewn beams. You've got beautiful flooring. You've got oak all over the place, and you've got gray siding on the outside. Underneath, you've got some sleeper logs that are hewn on two sides that just are so beautiful. So we're really excited about this. We're really excited about pitching this to our buyers in Tennessee and seeing if this would possibly be a candidate for them to rebuild. That would triple our profits, and it would be really satisfying to take this down knowing that it's gonna be rebuilt someday as another structure. All right, so what Chelsea and I have to do is we need to figure out the dimensions of the barn, and then we need to measure each one of these hand-hewn beams and get a rough estimate of what we can salvage out of these so that we have a good idea of what's going to be saved that we can present to the buyer. But we've got a picture of each upright beam. We've got some beautiful footage of this building, and hopefully they'll look at it and kind of be as excited about it as we are. All right, I'm dropping the family off. I'm gonna go get the last two buildings with Chelsea's phone. All right, so I think I waited too long. I sent Chelsea and the boys back. I was gonna go take a look at these sheds, and I'm getting the numbers, and now I'm surrounded by cows, which is fine. But the two bulls are right outside the shed, and they're pretty upset right now. So I hope I was able to assert my dominance earlier. Oh, there they are. They're up at the car. All right, they just spotted me. Oh man, I don't like this. Here we go. Why do the best things always happen off camera? When I dragged open that door a second time to get out of the shed, the door came unhinged and it fell back on me. So I was holding this door up, and these two guys saw their opportunity. They started trotting at me, and then I took my pitchfork and I just kind of backed up all the way back to the fence line. There was a neighbor lady who stopped. She started calling people. It got a little wild, but Chelsea and I got what we needed, and we're gonna present it. We're gonna package it up and hopefully present it to these buyers in Tennessee and see what happens.
we're headed to Eastern Tennessee. We're gonna go visit a big distributor that we sell to, kind of get on the same page with some supply needs that they have. But what we're really here for is we got a nice barn. We're gonna have to pay a good chunk of money for it, and so we're gonna try and get a buyer set place. We're gonna sell these people this barn, traveling 1,000 miles to sell this Northeast Iowa barn.
I just Googled how long do I need to
He's in the passenger seat just out of nowhere. He's had to pee for like an hour, and I don't want to stop for him. And he goes, how long do I need to hold my pee before the feeling goes away? I've been crying laughing for like 3 minutes straight.
Here's the answer according to WebMD. When you feel the urge to urinate, hold it for another 5 minutes or so. Then gradually increase the amount of time by 10 minutes until you can last 3 to 4 hours without having to go to the bathroom.
So 3 to 4 hours?
Yeah, apparently. Well, we're trying to find our connecting flight.
But what happened to our connecting flight?
It got delayed by an hour. So we're gonna go to a bar.
That's two. It's good there. Got a bar to sell. Down in the house, the old boy's treating like a dog on a collar. Put on the smell good, put on the skinner. Head into town like a NASCAR winner.
Elias was getting a little car sick, so we had to find a private place to pull over and so he could feel better. Anyway, we're about halfway in our trip and I'd say it's going pretty well. All right, so we're here. We're at our distributors in Tennessee. We're really excited, and we're gonna go tour the yard, look at some beams, kind of clear up some expectations of what they expect from us and regarding material, and then we're gonna pitch the sale, and we're gonna try to sell this barn and see if we can find a buyer for it so that we can acquire it and take it down.
I just don't see how they couldn't like it.
Yeah, no, I think it's got a lot of good wood and
yeah, it's gonna be a big day.
All right, Elias, so what's been going on? We've been gone for a couple of hours, not been able to film very much.
Yeah.
Because believe it or not, guys, we're a legit business. We want to be a little bit professional, so.
Yeah, so we walked around their yard for quite a while, went through a bunch of lumber, got a lot of clarity on product and their needs, and most importantly, we pitched the barn.
Pitched the barn.
And I don't think it could have gone better.
It couldn't have gone better.
Yeah. In his words, he said, whatever you got to do, we're in.
We're in.
We're in. This is a successful trip.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
All right, we are heading back to Nashville.
Got some snacks.
Got some snacks. We still have some things to do in order to close out this deal. We don't actually have the barn acquired, so we're gonna have to figure out how to package this deal for the barn owner to make it desirable for him to sell us a barn in order for us to actually dismantle it and then get it to our distributors down in Tennessee. So we still got some work to do, some stuff to figure out. We're heading back, and we'll see you guys in a little bit. Hey Matt, how's it going?
Good.
Good. Hey, so I talked to Elias and we kind of talked about a number. We ran kind of the numbers, and we're just gonna give you our best offer up front. Like I said, it's not gonna be life-changing money, but it's the best that we can do. So we're gonna offer cash for the barn. I could bring that as early as tomorrow and get it in your hands and get the contract signed if you wanted to get going on this quick.
So that's for the barn and both sheds?
Yep.
Okay. I'll talk to my dad and let you know back.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
All right, thanks, Matt. All right, so Elias and I are back on the job site, back from our trip in Tennessee. We're working on another barn. Elias is playing around with some hay, pushing the hay off the hay loft behind me, and I am denailing some boards. We're still waiting to hear from the barn owner to see if we won the bid. I think after work, if we still haven't heard from the barn owner, I will probably give him a call and see if he has an update for me. Okay, so earlier today, the barn owner called me. He didn't leave a message, but I'm gonna call him back, and hopefully him and his dad have had a chance to connect, and hopefully they've made a decision on if they're gonna sell us their barn or not. Let's find out. He went straight to voicemail. So I guess the wait continues. We just got back from church, and Matt just called me again. I'm hoping this time we'll be able to get an answer out of him. We'll see what happens. Hey Matt, how's it going? Good. Hey, yep. Yeah. Okay, that sounds good. We will we'll put our heads together and figure something out. All right, see ya. All right, bad news. They decided to go a different direction with the barn, and so he's not going to sell us the barn. Thankfully they're going to be able to use the barn. That's great for them. And you know what? We're not going to get the barn. We traveled 1,000 miles to sell this barn to find a buyer for it, and things just didn't work out for us. But praise God anyway, because He's still in control, and I'm excited to see what happens next on our journey. We'll find another barn and we'll take that one down and sell them that one instead. So you guys stay tuned for whatever's next. All right, so I've had some time to think about the question, was it worth it? Was it worth going through all the effort, all the time, and all the energy that we spent on this barn, even though we didn't get it? Yes, it 100% was. Chelsea and I got to spend an awesome weekend in a beautiful part of Iowa with the boys, just doing what I love, and I really appreciate that about her. Elias and I got to go on an awesome business trip down to Tennessee and have some really quality business partner time that we don't normally have. We also got to meet some great people down in Tennessee that we are going to continue to build a strong relationship with. So all in all, even though we didn't get the barn, it was absolutely worth it, and I can't wait to see what lies ahead, and I can't wait to see what barns are available and where we're gonna be able to take this. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed.